My story is not so different from most women's. I was in my early 20s. I got married right out of college, and it seemed like the thing to do at the time, but it really, looking back, wasn't. This was a point in my life that I'm really not very proud of because I didn't really love the man that I was married to and had found someone else, started a relationship with someone else, and ended up getting pregnant. And this is the point where I think everything fell to pieces for me. I knew that I couldn't get divorced. If I was pregnant, this was just something that was in my own head. And so I made decisions based out of fear and panic and made the choice to have an abortion. I just did what I thought I needed to do so that I could get on with my life. When I look back now, I realize that this was the most selfish thing I have ever done. But one of the things that they don't tell you when you have an abortion is that it comes back, and it comes back at the most inopportune times. Like every time you go to the doctor's office to just have your annual exam, you have to make a choice. Am I going to lie? Because it asks you, how many times have you been pregnant? How many live births? How many stillbirths? How many abortions? So every year, there's this catch when I answer that question. They also don't tell you that when you get pregnant with the children that you do want, that you're going to spend 40 weeks praying, please God, don't take this child. Don't make this child pay for what I did. My husband and I were always the folks that, went to church kind of Christmas and Easter. We were not regular churchgoers until our kids got into middle school. And we found a fabulous church where we live. And after having been invited time and time again, we finally went, and our kids loved it, and so we started going. The moment I heard that pastor speak, I knew that that was where I was supposed to be, that was where we as a family were supposed to be. And I just started to get involved in this church. And God just started opening some doors with this women's ministry for me. And what started off with just helping for a women's retreat ended up, 6 months later, the head of the women's ministry saying to me, I'm leaving this position, and I think you're the one who's supposed to take it over. So I ended up volunteering as the head of our women's ministry for 2 years. And in that time, as I was trying to put together retreats for our ladies, I was looking for a speaker, and one speaker kept coming back up, and she happens to be the woman that authored a Bible study called Surrendering the Secret, which is for women who have had abortions. And I ended up calling her and saying, we would love for you to come and do a women's retreat for us. And God, in his infinite wisdom, puts the right people together. It turns out this woman had counseled my younger sister, who'd also had an abortion. When I took the position as the head of the women's ministry, I went to my pastor and I said, I need you to know this. Before I can do this, I need you to know that I have an abortion in my past. And that was probably the most afraid I have ever been in my life, because I thought, here it is. He's going to tell me that I can't do this, that this makes it so that I'm not able, to do this. And he likes to joke and say that he doesn't have the gift of mercy. And I know for a fact that that's not true, because he was truly the face of God to me in that moment, and just looked at me and said, who better than somebody who has coming from, a broken past to help women see that our hope lies only with God. I ended up becoming a certified leader for that study, and in going through that healing study and understanding who Christ says I am and the value that he places on me, changed the way that I looked at everything, changed the way that I looked at the world. I did not know what it was to have true self-worth. I knew a lot about self-esteem. That's kind of an easy one. But I did not know what it meant to be loved by God and to be created by him, and that my worth comes from who he says I am.